What's up guys? Hungry Stingram back with myself. Right now, again I gotta this is the right now it's I feel it's like almost still Christmas or something, because right now the weather is just so cool that it has that Christmas feeling to it, even though it's January. But speaking of the weather, it's got me thinking a little bit deeply about something that I think some of you may encounter as, like I said, this channel is all about climbing up the mountain to glory, like you could call it fame or glory or something. Climbing up the mountain to be remembered. And some of you may have this feeling that you may be scared that you're gonna fail, like you won't be remembered. And this is perfectly understandable, because as you're climbing up, you're thinking to yourself, maybe I'll never get there. Maybe like you want to achieve, like maybe you want to have YouTube like 1 million subscribers or 10 million subscribers, how many you want. Then you start getting scared because you think you'll never reach there. You think, oh, damn, it's been 4 years and I've only made 100 subscribers. How the hell am I ever going to make it to 1 million? Well, here's an idea that I think this is an idea that I think will be really helpful to you. And again, I'm going to make reference. This is the channel. Right now it's becoming a channel of stories and you could call it lessons with the stories. So like, I don't know, I feel like I'm becoming like a bit like a preacher, like somebody who, how they have a preacher, they have a story, then they try to get a little lesson from a few lines of the story, then they try to make a lesson out of it. But you know what? I think this is going to be a great idea for those of you who are trying to climb up the mountain of whatever your mountain is. So I'm going to reference Hikaru no Go, episode 60. I'll give you guys a brief synopsis of Hikaru. Basically, it's about a boy meets with a ghost. Ghost hangs out with the boy for 2 years. The ghost is a board game master. He's great at this board game, and Hikaru just learns to play the board game from the ghost. He becomes a pro. Ghost feels eventually he's no longer needed in this world and leaves this world. So that's pretty much the gist of it. And Hikaru, the ghost eventually leaves Hikaru because the ghost was still staying in this world because he wanted to play the perfect move in this world, the perfect board game, the game that's perfect, like just has the best strategy and the best opponent, the best strategy, the best way played possible, the board game. And the ghost felt that, his time already came because his real purpose was actually to help the boy become better, to help Hikaru become better at the board game, so eventually Hikaru could play the divine move. And before he left this world, he said Hikaru will eventually try to reach the divine move, and he'll eventually help somebody else try to reach the divine move, and that person will help another person reach the divine move. So it keeps passing down from generation to generation. So what this means is that even though if you don't achieve as much as you want, during your time here on the during your time here during your time here on the during the time in this in the during the time when you're still alive, if you don't achieve as much as you feel you wanted to achieve, the work that you made will still help somebody else achieve something further down in the field. So this is I'm going to relate this to the mountain. It's like you're climbing. It's like, or let me relate this to a ladder. Maybe this is better. I'm going to relate this to a ladder. During your life, somebody already made progress in your field, so you learn something from them, and that's the rungs of the ladder that already existed on the ladder. So you're climbing up these rungs. Eventually, eventually there's not enough rungs. Eventually you're going to have to start innovating, start making progress in your field that other people haven't made. So you start adding more rungs to the ladder. But eventually you find out you still haven't reached the top of the ladder. It's still a long ways to go. And you're about to leave this world. Well, what do? Well, just know that the rungs that you made are going to help the people below you climb higher than you reached before. So, it's like it's like history, people adding to the history and helping the next person reach more and more. So your work becomes part of the next generation, so it's like it hasn't been wasted. You could say the work they've achieved was thanks to the work that you've achieved. So, in a way, you are becoming more well known through the work of the future generation because they used your work to help them. But so this is a line that I thought was pretty good. I saw this in I think Steve Jobs mentioned this before, is that we all want to contribute to the flow of human history, add to the flow, add to the contributions of the people that came before us, so that we can help humanity grow as a whole. But you know what? I like to be a little bit more individual. I still want to be well known. I still want to make it to the top, of course. If I don't want to wait till after death before you achieve something. I don't want to be like Van Gogh. I made a lot of great work, but then people only remember it after I'm dead. I want to enjoy prosperity. I want to enjoy the fortune that's made while I'm alive. But point is that even if you don't make it, just know that your work has not been wasted. It will live on, and possibly you may become famous after you're dead. The future generation will use your work and help them climb higher. So, and people will still remember your work, and it'll still live on in people's memories in some way or another. So this is so it's like it's still people still the work still lives on in the memories of another person, which helps them achieve helps them climb further up the mountain to the top. So I hope this helps, guys. I'll see you guys next time.